I'm going to tell you the 5 biggest mistakes that I hear in beginning singers as well as intermediate level singers. Create the proper foundation in your singing and you will progress more quickly and have a lot more fun. Welcome back to another edition of Victoria's Vocal Tips. 31 years of teaching voice, 43 years of studying voice, all different styles. My students have ranged from ultra beginners all the way through advanced touring professionals, voice teachers, choral directors, and competition winners. I always give you serious vocal technique made simple and fun. Big mistake number 1, singing on the squeeze. The squeeze of the vocal folds, the squeeze of the throat, the squeeze of the larynx. I call that the 3 enemies of the singer. It usually causes a chain reaction. One thing gets tight, then pretty soon another part of the body gets tight, and then the tongue gets tight, the jaw gets tight, it doesn't feel good, it sounds bad. You need to eliminate this constriction so that your voice can move up and down freely. Watch my videos on the tight throat. Big mistake number 2, incorrect inhalation. Remember, your breath sets up your voice for singing, so you want to breathe into your nice and free throat. A tight breath is going to put you into the squeeze that we just talked about. So I often see singers either overbreathe and tank up like this, and all that does is makes the body tired and looks unnatural. Or else I see underbreathing, hardly taking in any breath at all, especially when you need to sing a long phrase. If you underbreathe, then you will most likely allow the body to collapse and then you're back in that squeeze again. So your golden rule is you only take in enough air for the musical phrase that you need to sing and the kind of sound that you want. So if I'm singing, "Look at me," that hardly takes any air. What if I have a long phrase? "You can say that you're leading me on." Well, that takes more air. Or what about that takes even more air, but you notice you didn't see me tank and take a breath like it was my last breath on earth. On the other hand, some of you are belting, and you need to remember that belting takes less air, not more air, or else you are overloading the body and overblowing the vocal folds. Watch my videos on inhalation, and if you're working on belting, see my video on belt. Big mistake number 3, allowing the body to collapse while you sing. And often this happens on the first note, which makes me a little bit crazy. Remember, you need to support the escape of air. Breath support. Good singing is an athletic activity. Breath support will change your life as a singer. You will be using the big muscles to help you sing and free up the small muscles. How much support do you need? Well, it depends upon what you're singing. If you're singing to a baby, like I always say, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star," well, you can probably forget about all of this. But what if you have a big sweeping phrase? "I will always love you." How are you going to do that? Are you going to do that with your little tiny vocal folds only? If so, you're going to create problems. Big mistake number 4, incorrect registration, meaning too much vocal weight or too little vocal weight. Pushing up too much vocal weight or thickness is shouting your voice all the way to the top. Like this. Oh. Or singing too light and thin, and then the voice falls apart like this. incorrect registration. Not knowing what to do when you go from your low to middle to high voice makes you sound like you have 2 or 3 different voices, when the goal is we want to sound like we have one seamless voice. So the solution is, right, those vocal folds, I always say, have to stretch and thin as you go up and shorten and thicken as you descend. That's a fancy way to say you need to develop your blend or mixed voice. This takes practice. See my playlist on the mixed voice. Big mistake number 5, not enough resonance. I call this a dry voice. Some people think that they just need to sing exactly the way they speak. Now notice I said exactly. No, when we sing, we want to have speech-like clarity, absolutely, but there's so much more to singing than that. Remember the 3 parts of singing? Respiration, phonation, resonation. Resonance is where the magic happens in singing. It gives you color, richness, ping, ring, and cut. Do you want to be a more exciting singer? Then master your resonance. Now, this may seem like a lot to you, but remember, good singing is a lifelong endeavor. We will always be working on our singing. Exercises should be a regular part of your practice routine because they will build and train your voice and correct these mistakes. If you still have not gotten my audio training program, Victoria's Victorious Vocal Exercise Program, I give you tons and tons of exercises for every vocal need, enough to last you for a long, long, long time. Plus, it's super affordable, and I offer group classes to members. See the link below. It is now time for Victoria's Wisdom. Good singing starts with awareness and then having a structured practice plan. Every little bit you do to improve can make a huge difference in your singing. I hope you have enjoyed another edition of Victoria's Vocal Tips. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends, leave me some comments, leave me some thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on social media and continue building your strong foundation, and your voice can last you your entire life. I look forward to seeing everyone again very soon.